My name is Mallory Reddy, and I decided to complete this assignment on strategies for creating culturally responsive learning environments. Strategy number one, recognize and understand who your students are. Get to know your students. Create a safe environment for discussion. Ask your students questions and allow them to ask each other questions regarding their families, their cultures, and their traditions. Communicate with their families to understand the student better. Engage students in icebreakers, getting to know you activities, and conversation starters throughout the year. The image that I included on the right is a find someone activity that I typically use in the beginning of the school year. The students are required to find a classmate who fits the description in the box, and they have to get the other student that they find to sign their name in the box. So this gets students up out of their seat. It gets students finding people who are very similar to them in the class, and this usually creates that first bond. Number two, create a positive family classroom environment or community classroom environment. Establish routines and procedures so the students know what to expect. Decorate your classroom in a way that sets a welcoming and safe tone. Inspire students to motivate each other and care for one another. Allow students to adjust the classroom setup when appropriate to their comfort. I want my students to understand that this is not just Miss Redding's classroom, but this is our classroom, and their voice does count. So I like to get their input after those first couple weeks of school of the way that they want the classroom set up. The image to the right is a great example of a cozy classroom. This classroom is very welcoming. The curtains, the beanbag chairs, the light, it really makes students feel very safe in this environment. Number three, show examples of cultural diversity. Hang posters of different cultures. Show videos and read books that include children of different cultures. Play music that comes from a variety of cultures. Bring in special guests and speakers that are able to represent or discuss their culture. Give students a visual as you guys are talking and discussing these different cultures. The image that I provided to the right is a book list that I got off of Google, and I simply typed in multicultural picture books, and there was tons of sources that came up. So if you're looking to include picture books or music or videos in your classroom, it's just as easy as typing it into Google what you're looking for. Encourage students to be proud of their heritage. Shed some positive light on the differences among your students. Reassure your students that their differences make them special. Teach your students to uplift each other's differences and to appreciate them. Promote conversations that spark interest about cultural differences amongst the students in your class. I included this image to the right because it just screams we are embracing who we are as well as the other cultures in the world. 5. Be a role model. As a teacher, be comfortable with your culture and be willing to discuss openly with your students. Continue to learn more about multiculturalism. Assign activities that require students to do research on a particular culture or integrate it into your lesson. Collaborate with other teachers, parents, and community members that have ideas to encourage a culturally responsive learning classroom and school environment. Get help. I love this image to the right. It sums up our roles as a teacher. It says if you're a teacher, you're also a life coach, a motivator, discovery guide, a negotiator, trip coordinator, rule enforcer, eye opener, cheerleader, role model, reality checker, fundraiser, organizer, nose wiper, IT specialist, counselor, mediator, dream instiller, handwriting expert, truth detector, entertainer, trainer, event planner, schedule, decorator. And these are my references.